I got it. Okay, appreciate it.
Your coach has been complimentary of the camp performance. How would you grade yourself the last month?
I mean, camp was awesome. I mean, every player came out there and worked really hard, and including myself. I went out there with a goal and a mission, and each day was like a stepping stone for the season. So I'm really excited because we all had a really good camp.
How different is this camp versus camp a year ago?
I mean, with the new coaches that Coach Pruitt's brought in, it's just a different atmosphere. It's been awesome. Each coach is willing to help everybody, so it's a different atmosphere.
Are there different drills or different techniques or different things you're doing special teams wise as opposed to a year ago?
I mean, Coach here's done a really well job with us, all the specialists. I mean, really, for us, it's kind of like different. Each one of us has a different thing to work on. So each practice we'll work on that craft.
What was the biggest area in which you were looking to improve this offseason?
Just my distance on kickoffs and field goals. Being more consistent and hitting my targets.
Is that kickoff opportunity, is that still up in the air between you and Paxton, or?
I mean, Paxton's taken over and he's done a very well job. He's a strong kid, and I know when game time he's going to step up and succeed. So it's up for grabs, but I mean, he's done a very well job.
What have you seen from the punting competition with those other guys?
I mean, the punters have done excellent. Their camp was very well. Joe's hitting a big ball. Paxton's hitting a big ball. It's just going to come down to game time.
What's your range? How far back can you go before you feel like I can hit this?
I mean, it just depends on the day and the weather conditions. But, I mean, I'm confident enough that Coach will put me somewhere, and I know that he knows my range pretty well. So wherever he puts me, I'm going to try my hardest and try to hit it.
You feel comfortable if you had to pick, in a game time or in a game time situation like a 40-yarder? Which hash do you feel more comfortable in?
Since I'm a righty, probably left hash. But I mean, put me in around the field, and it'll be good.
Some of those long snapping duties have been split in the past. Elijah had it some last year. What have you seen from Riley in terms of consistency?
I mean, Riley's an older guy. He's a veteran. He's stepped up, and honestly, he's done very well. Had a big camp. Has hit his targets on long snapping and short snapping.
Who's the starting holder?
Right now, I mean, Joe Doyle's done a very well job. Also with Paxton Brooks, he's done a very good job holding. So, I mean, right now it's Joe, but it just depends.
When's the last time you were? Go ahead, Jim. When's the last time you were in position to kick a game-winning field goal?
I know it came close to South Carolina. Hit that 45 to tie, and then we were driving, but I trust Coach's decisions, and I trust our offense with JG running it, and that was probably the closest opportunity I had for a game winner.
There's a pretty good chance Tennessee will be in some close games. What do you do mentally before you've got a big kick?
I kind of just exclude myself from everything, block out the noise, block out all the hype and stuff, and kind of just go to the net and do some form work and just kind of get ready mentally.
Coach Pruitt has mentioned he's really been committed to building player relationships in his second season. He said that's one place he kind of feels like he's come along. How have you seen him maybe grow in that area and really building player relationships this year?
I mean, he's done a very well job. I mean, when he came in, he was still a player's coach. So, I mean, now nothing's really changed. He's just building a relationship with everybody, which is awesome.
When your range increases and you work on that, what's that like in terms of the communication with the coaches to let them know, all right, this is my range, and does it vary game to game for you? I
mean, like I said, the weather, it varies on the weather a lot, the wind and if it's raining or not. But basically, warm-ups, I'll go back and see where I'm hitting today, and I'll talk to Coach Shear and Coach Pruitt and be like, here's my line. So, I mean, again, second half, if the winds died down, then we'll go back.
But that's more of a pregame thing where you guys talk about the distance ahead of time?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How much do you have to kind of fight your own competitiveness and potential eagerness to want to make a big kick game winner, to have to be honest with the coach and say, hey, this is what I think my range is on a given day?
I mean, if it comes down to it, no matter where it is, I'll walk up to Coach Pruitt and be like, I'm ready, no matter what. So.
How close do you think this program is to turning the corner?
Oh, so close. I mean, our players have gone out every day and worked their heart out. The coaching staff has done everything. So, I mean, we're very close.
Do you see that with the talent, the way you practice? Where's the evidence in that?
I mean, the way we came out for camp this year, we all had a chip on our shoulder, and we were all ready. And with the new guys coming in, the freshmen, they stepped up, and all the seniors and the older kids, they became really big leaders. So.
What percentage of kicks, in an average practice, do you have to make before you feel like you can walk off the practice field and say, I think that was a pretty good day? I feel good about
I mean, some days we won't have field goal period, but when we do, I think it's 4 shots. And like I said, I want to be consistent and 100% every day, but nobody's perfect. But basically, I decide that when I'm warming up, and if I'm ready for the period or not. But like I said, I want to be 100%, but nobody's perfect.
Your coaches put you in pressure situations like, hey, we can in practice early if you make X amount of kicks, things like that.
No, I wish he did, but no, not like that. No, we'll probably do like 2-minute end of half or game winner situations. So I love the game situations that he's putting me in this camp. Feels like I'm very prepared and ready.
Is there anything like a season opener in your mind?
I mean, every game to me is really important. I lived in Nashville, so Tennessee's my home, and I get to represent that every time I step out in Neyland. I mean, every game to me is really big.
Brent, Carly Lloyd from the U.S. Women's National Team made a 55-yard or something like that in Eagles camp. What do you think about that and the prospect of maybe a woman kicking at some point in college or pro?
I mean, she's an athlete. I mean, Carly Lloyd, I mean, you can see her on TV. She's strong. She's just an athlete. So, I mean, the sky's the limit, really, with her.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brent.
Yeah.